Moving on to topic 2. Total flip of the script here. More wrestling. You love it. I love it. Well, I don't know if you love it, but I wanted to talk about AEW, All Elite Wrestling, and a fear I've been kind of having, or a thought that's been going on in my head as I've been talking to some friends about the company and kind of just watching how things are playing out from week to week, whether it's on TV or, the eventual pay-per-views. I'm wondering, I'm a little scared if AEW is going to burn out. Now, take this into consideration. I am a fan of AEW and I love what they are doing. Do not want them to fail, don't want them to burn out, just want the best for them. It's just something, from where I'm sitting, could be a problem. Now, do I have any authority in this situation? Absolutely not. No, I don't make the money decisions. I don't make the business decisions. I'm just the dude from New York who's watching. So take everything with a grain of salt. This is just my thoughts on the situation. Papa Griffin chat says AEW is on fire. They are. Absolutely no doubt. They are killing it right now. Things they're doing are very exciting. Things they're doing have passion behind them. It's engaging. Everybody's all in. Haha, pun intended. It's great what they're doing. Obviously, with things on the other side and WWE being what they are and how they are, it only elevates the perception of AEW. RIP NXT people and the brand potentially. My thoughts of what scares me about AEW. What I mean by burnout is currently with the AEW product, it seems like they're bringing in a lot of talent. Totally fine. Do you want the best people on your roster that can perform, that can be on the mic, that can be intriguing and sell merch, sell your brand, etc.? Abso-fucking-lutely. Why not? Why wouldn't you want to do that? Something that concerns me, this first thing, is with hiring all these people. While exciting, while new, bringing something fresh, it's taking away from what they had at the beginning. Now, granted, this company is 2, maybe 3 years old. So the base there, young, whatever. Hasn't been around that long. I'm concerned it takes away from who was there at the beginning. That initial roster that we brought on for a reason. What does it do for them? Now, the reason I feel this way is I'm looking at talent that they've brought to the forefront and are pushing. And they push them great, and that moment's great. And, it's really, everybody can get behind this character. And then all of a sudden, it's just gone. And, they're nowhere to be seen. Or they're in very minimal roles. And someone has taken their place. Now, granted, no one is owed anything. No one is, has to be put in the spotlight, etc., etc. I'm not trying to be that boo-hoo, why isn't X getting a shot, even though that kind of is what I'm saying. But, it just, morale and, getting behind characters, I think that's what I'm trying to talk about and say. So, for example, The Factory. We have QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, Nick Camarado, Anthony Ogogo, who's out with an injury right now. We have them, right? We have this interesting storyline with QT Marshall, breaking away from Nightmare Factory with Cody and Arn and what's the guy's name? Lee Johnson and Dustin and all those guys. We have them breaking apart to be their own faction, right? We're getting fed up of how we're being treated. We don't get opportunities. We're overshadowed, yada, yada, yada. We have this. Cool. Awesome. We're going to have this group against this other group. They go with that, and Cody, diminishes and destroys them almost immediately. Just almost baby's crying, problem solved. Just a little thing taken care of. I don't know why they didn't build on this more or make it more of like a really aggressive faction versus faction, team versus team. It's the only example I can really use AEW wise, similar to an Inner Circle and the Pinnacle. Now, I'm not saying you have to go that far or that crazy with matches, but like, why not make it more compelling and invest more into it, like that story? Not do it one for one, but give it a little bit more investment. But instead, we took QT, squashed him with Cody. Took Anthony Ogogo, squashed him with Cody. Now, squash is a harsh term, I understand, but like, he beat both of them, and then we're done. Do I care about Aaron Solo? Do I care about Nick Comoroto? In the aftermath of this, not really. Should I? Yeah, I think I should. Because what were they in Nightmare Factory? Background players. Nick Comoroto obviously has a little bit more of a look to him, so he's intriguing along with his character, but like, they weren't standouts. This story, from what they were telling the audience, should have pushed them like, we're something to care about and something to deal with, in my opinion. So right now, with that story, done. Have we seen them around really since? Now, granted, I don't watch the product because I work nights. Everything I see, I keep up with Twitter. I try my best to watch Dark and Elevation when I can, but I can't lie to you, I don't watch it every week. So I know they probably have a presence on those YouTube shows. I have seen them here and there. But they're just kind of doing matches for matches' sake. I think the most consistent I've seen these characters has been Sammy Guevara's vlog when they're feuding with Fuego del Sol. Don't get me wrong, I love Fuego. That's very entertaining. But it's like, what are we doing with them? Big question mark there. Another example is Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela. More Sonny Kiss's case here. But Cody has the TNT title, taking on a new challenger each week, open challenge. Sonny Kiss gets his opportunity. Gets a big fanfare, big entrance. It was a lot of excitement around that match. It went pretty well. Great. People like Sonny. Sonny was around early on in AEW quite a bit too. After that TNT title match, what happened? We put Joey Janela and Sonny in a team. Cool. Fine. Do that. And then they're just on Dark, which is fine. You got to fill that programming. I get it. The thing that just confuses me while the was here, then here in the tag team kind of thing. Another thing that confuses me is that specific teaming. We just broke them up as of recording this past Monday, pretty sure, on Dark. Fine. Now they have a storyline that they can tell against each other. However, there was barely any drama going into it. It took months of teasing that these guys were going to break up just because Joey's an asshole. That is his character. And I remember him and Sonny going to Mrs. G's new favorite wrestler, DMD, Dr. Britt Baker, going to her talk show, and Joey's doing the little, I'm going to kick you while you're not looking, the little tease of breakups. They were fine. And he kept doing it. So I don't know why it was a big surprise, or what. I personally don't even care that he kicked him. Duh, that was going to happen. It's been months of just you teasing it, and there's no... I don't care. It was just something that happened. And that's not how I should be as a viewer watching this. Now, does that mean every single thing put on TV, YouTube, etc., your program, I have to care 100% about? No. But should I care enough to kind of be invested? I would hope so. Swing and a miss there. Swing and a miss. Another one we could talk about is Kip Sabian. Kip Sabian was huge in importance when AEW launched. Granted, I think he's out with an injury now. So fine. Let him heal up. Let him heal up. Let him do his thing. But Miro came in. Miro overshadowed. Which is fine. Miro's a big guy. But Miro was even kind of wishy-washy on the way in. Now he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Kip, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing there. Ladies, I don't know specific examples. I'm really glad Layla Hirsch is getting her opportunity against the NWA Women's Champion. That's great. Cool. Good for her. I think small Rio, that wears the white dress. I think she's back in the States. I could be wrong about that. Where's she at? Where's she at? She was the champ. The initial champ. Right? Second champ? I don't know. She was around. Where's she at? If she's still overseas because of pandemic stuff, totally fine. Ignore me with this point. But not even around. Jurassic Express. This one could be a little different because Jungle Boy's kind of taken over and been like the one with the rocket here. We haven't done anything with them. We're starting to do stuff with them again, so yippee, But Luchasaurus hasn't done shit. What's the small guy's name? Blanking on it. Wow, I can picture him in my head. Sorry. Smaller dude. Have they done really anything? I don't know. There's Cage Buddy. Yeah, they're sidekicks to another big signee. Christian Cage. Congrats on the Impact World Championship. Didn't realize you got the TNA Impact title as well. Yeah, now they're getting a title shot. Papa Griff is 100% right. Now they're getting a tag title shot. Thank you. Good for that. Happy for that. But for a while, not doing so much. Jungle Boy was doing great. Jungle Boy was getting the push. Get the rocket strapped to him. Cool. Do that. Fine. I guess tag team has just got to kind of take the back seat there. Hardy Family Operation Office, whatever the fuck they're calling them. I'm glad they're on TV. I know we talked about this off podcast. Papa Griff and I talked about the Attitude Era. A lot of factions. Everybody was on TV. At least you saw them. They were around. I get with the Hardy Family Office what we're doing here. We're putting all these guys there. We see them on TV. They're involved kind of with Matt Hardy stuff. In a way, I just I don't know. TH2 should be doing stuff. Put them in a feud. I know Darius is hurt right now. Put him in a feud with Top Flight. I think that would be fucking hot seller right there. Bam. Lucha House Party. Not Lucha House Party. That's WWE. Lucha Brothers. Or Death Triangle. Put them in a feud with TH2. And that's kind of heel via heel. Maybe not. TH2's kind of dead in the water right now, in my opinion. Private Party? Kinda. We had a compelling story of Hardy's using them, and they're are they going to be smart enough to realize this, and are they going to revolt? Now they're just as lackeys. Same with who is TH2? Exactly. TH2 is Jack Evans and Angelico. They're working in the Hardy Family office. 2.0. I love 2.0. Everrise making their fucking sign. But then again, that's a new signee that's getting, fucking pushed, which is fine. It's just concerning to me. You don't have to apologize. It's a big roster. They got a lot of fucking people. It's just concerning. We're bringing all this new talent in, which once again is exciting, is good, is that fresh, fresh air that people keeps people interested and excited. I get it. I totally get it. It's just moving on to my second point. I don't want all these things to be flashes in the pan. We're really excited, dead. Really excited, dead. Really excited, dead. I don't want everything to be that where it's just quick flares of energy. It seems like, point two, is that every week has a surprise or a big thing that happens. Great. Good. However, when it's just a revolving door of who is showing up next, who's making their debut, new signing, whatever it is. Once again, it's hard to get invested in that person. Now, a lot of these people they're signing on have had history, so we kind of already believe in them and have some kind of semblance of, fandom in them. Christian, Malachi Black, Miro, we already talked about, Sting, the rumors of Daniel Bryan, aka Bryan Danielson, the rumors of a CM Punk, I just don't want it to be either a one and done, or they're here, bye. Not bye, but they're sitting in the back not doing anything. That's my big concern. Another thing is the flashes in the pan, this Forbidden Door. Do not get me wrong. This Forbidden Door opening and companies working together is awesome. Awesome as a fan. We get to see crossovers of Impact. We get a crossover with New Japan, fucking NWA, whoever. It's really fun as a fan. And this kind of defeats my purpose of my argument. It's really fun as a fan to see these things. But you can't do this forever. If you keep doing it, at some point, it's going to bite you in the ass because it's lost its substance, if that makes sense. We've seen it with the recent Labors of Jericho. We saw it with Juventud making an appearance. We saw it with Nick Gage making an appearance. For the New Japan crossover, we saw Hikuleo come over and challenge for the United States, or New Japan's U.S. belt against Lance Archer. We saw it with Lio Rush making an appearance. We've seen it with Thunder Rosa crossover along with other NWA ladies, with Camille showing up and stuff like that. It's cool, but at some point it's going to kind of hit what's the falling off point of excitement and investment. And maybe that's just me bitching. I don't know. This is all me bitching, to be honest. We'll have to see. Only time will tell. It's fun and exciting to see these new faces, but it's hard to really care about the other faces you already have when you don't give them the time of day or stories to do anything with them. Point 3. Burnout. AEW is moving real fast with shows. We are now up to 4 shows of AEW in a week. That's crazy. That is so much content. You have Monday, AEW Dark on YouTube. Tuesday, AEW Dark Elevation, also on YouTube. Wednesday, AEW Dynamite on TNT for 2 hours. Fridays, as of last night, debuting. AEW Rampage on TBS for an hour. Holy shit. A lot of content. Now, they do have a big-ass roster. Like I was just talking about. All these people they're not using or just I don't care about. You can use them in all these programs. Spread them out. Great. Hip hip hooray. Don't spread yourself too thin. That's been a big complaint about WWE. There's so much wrestling to take in. Monday Night Raw, 3 hours on Monday. NXT on Tuesday for 2 hours. Fucking 205 Live Friday nights. Friday Night SmackDown. Main Event's still a thing. There's so much shit going on. Eventually, there's going to be programs we don't even care about. Like I said, with WWE, Main Event's still a thing? Why is Main Event still a thing? Why are Ricochet and Mustafa Ali having a 6-month program over on Main Event? Why? Put it on Raw. Put it on the 3-hour program you got where we do the same thing every Monday. 205 Live. They might be killing that off finally. Who knows? But that's been going on. That was great for a moment when it was a cruiserweight tournament. Does anybody watch it? If you do, good. Good for you. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. The general public, most of us, maybe it's just me, don't care. Are the YouTube programs going to turn into that? Are we not going to care about Dark and Elevation? I'm already kind of at that point because it's a building show. That's fine. Use it as your training program. But am I supposed to be invested in there? Maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe it's just an Abaddon show. And just shows up there and be all creepy and kicks ass. Most of those matches, all 30 of them that are in a night, are like 2 to 5 minutes tops. Building blocks. We got to bump somebody's record up so they can do something on the bigger shows. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of shows. It was really quick too. Once again, this company's only 2, maybe 3 years tops old, and we already got 4 programs. Jesus, slow down. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on AEW burning out. I don't want it to. I think everything they're doing is fantastic. Like Papa Griff said earlier, they're on fire, on fuego. They just signed El Fuego del Sol. Fantastic. They're doing great things over there. And I love to see it. I love that they're bringing something new to the table. And it's an interesting product to watch compared to some other stuff, unfortunately. Competition makes things better. This is a great competitor. I want it to stick around. I want them to keep doing what they're doing. I just don't want it to falter, trip, and lose what it has. Or what it did have. You know, I don't want it to just burn out, go away, bye. WCW. You know? Whatever it is. And once again, maybe this is me overreacting. Maybe this is me bitching. Pretty sure it is. But I just wanted to put that out there. Love the program. Love the product. I want it to be around a long time. Hopefully it can. Just be careful with what you're doing. Oh, yes, Mrs. G also brings up that Cody Rhodes is doing a show with his wife. Yes, yeah, they're doing a lot of different avenues, reaching out to the live action stuff, or live action, excuse me, the TV drama comedy type thing, the life story. I don't know how you say it. Papa Griff says, I'm sure a lot of the story will be told for how long the talent stays. So far, no one has left that I know of. That is a good point. The only talent that has left because of issues outside of wrestling. For example, a Jimmy Havoc. I think there might be one other one. The Acclaimed are kind of in like timeout mode right now because of Max Caster's most recent rap with about trash talk and mental health and Simone Biles. Not great. I think that's her name, right? Peanut Gallery?
What?
Simone Biles, that's the gymnast?
Uh-huh.
Thank you. So yeah, that wasn't particularly great. So he's in timeout right now. Evilise is another one that's out, but she apparently doesn't play ball super well. That was an NXT thing too. So yes, it is going to be a big telling sign who is going to be the first talent from AEW that leaves and what's going to be their takeaway when they leave. Very good point. Let's see. I would think the salaries are less than WWE style, plus the creative freedom is a big plus, so they say. Yeah, creative freedom is a big one. Like, still Tony Khan runs everything and kind of needs his approval. But like the point you just said, no grind being on the road 300 days a year. Yeah, they have a very, very nice schedule where they can have a home life. They can obviously do extracurricular activities, whether it's Twitch, whether it's music, whether it's other wrestling promotions. They can still take indie dates and do whatever they want, but AEW is like your priority. You got to lock down those ones. Yeah, travel-wise, they only have to go, obviously, Jacksonville for the pandemic. They only had to go there Tuesday, Wednesday, depending on when their flight was, be there for a late night to do the main show, and then record next week's Dark and Elevation. Then they get to go home for a week. Now, with Rampage, it's a little different, but it seems like from the 1 week of evidence we have, flying to town, chill in that town for a few days, peace out, you know. Definitely a lot of pluses of what AEW is doing and treatment and stuff, or the system. So yeah, they're doing a lot of things right. And like I said, I don't mean to be like, oh, WWE fanboy, WWE's the best, even though I do watch a lot of it, or NXT's my bread and butter for As long as that sticks around, but it's probably dead after TakeOver 36. Son of a bitch. Because, I don't mean to be that. I want this product to do well, and I appreciate the things they are doing well and how they're treating people and what they're doing. I don't want it to go away, is my big thing. I don't want them to lose steam, traction, functionality, livelihood, whatever it is. I don't know. Whatever the word term is. I want them to stick around for the long haul. And I don't want it to be a flash in the pan of like, here we are, we're AEW, we're going to kick ass and take names. And then 40 years, we're like, ah, shit, we don't know what we're doing with storylines, and we're running out of money because Tony's being pulled in different directions. And that's all. I don't know. Just my thoughts on AEW. Nothing but the best for him.